Hey guys, I have what else other than Colourpop stuff today to swatch. First off, I got one of the Peeps eyeshadows, the Super Shock shadows, just because I had to. The packaging got me. But this is the white one, and it's not white, it's actually silver. So I mean, it looked white on their website, and I thought it said that it was white. I don't have too many like white eyeshadows, so I thought I would get the white. I need to change out this paper here, but it is pretty. It's kind of, it just says Colourpops and Peeps around the edge, and it's kind of like a holographic. It's got like holographic sparkle in there, and it's silver. Definitely not white, but we'll see how it swatches. So yeah, it's a silvery white shade. And of course, I just turned this camera on and the battery was charged, and now it's blinking red, so I'm gonna have to go change my battery. I don't know if you can see the like pink and blue sparkles in here or not. It's not really holographic, it's like a light silver with pink and blue sparkles. And I will be right back. Okay, let's try this again. So the palettes that I have to swatch for you today are the two new 10 pan palettes that they came out with, Twist of Slate and Set in Stone. These are pretty neutral palettes, but they looked pretty, so we'll take a peek. Twist of Slate and Set in Stone. I don't believe either of these have the... Yep, none of them have the little asterisk on the back, so these are all regular eyeshadows, no pressed pigments or pressed glitters or anything. So we'll start with Set in Stone. I haven't even opened these in person yet to see them, but let me zoom in a little bit more, I guess. That might help. So this is Set in Stone, and this is a very warm palette. I believe this one's warm and the other one's more cool toned. Kind of a mess on the inside here, considering I haven't touched it or used it yet. But let's just get into the swatches. The first color is Rock Solid. Whoa, okay. What the heck? That's like a cream. Like a wet... Okay. I'm guessing that this is like a primer. It's gotta be a primer. I really need to learn to grab my phone before I do these. This is like it feels like the consistency of like a cream foundation or something, and it's kind of orangey, so I'm gonna grab my phone and just double check what this is. So it's just a cream shadow. It's kind of weird because they've never really done that in a palette before, but it has dried down on my hand and feels kind of powdery. I personally, I'm not a huge fan of like eyeshadows of this consistency just because you can't blend them very well, but I'm sure if you were using this on your lid to kind of stick another eyeshadow on top of, it might work as a good base as long as you work fast enough, because it kind of dried down to a powdery consistency. But Stonework, W-E-R-K. This one is a golden champagne, kind of shimmery metallic. Oh, that one's very pigmented. I need to grab a makeup wipe here. Didn't get one out beforehand. Okay, and then Concrete. Slightly darker than the last shade. This is more of a light gold, also metallic. Has that same consistency to it. And then Hammer Time. Love these names. This is like a bronze. Another nice metallic shade. These are all it's a very warm tone palette. And then there's one more in this row that I don't really have room to swatch, so I'll do it down here. This one is Dimensional. And this one's a dark brown. Well, like a chocolatey metallic brown. So we'll do that one right there. And there is the top row. Aiden is playing with his marble run, so I'm gonna have to go tell him to stop for a little bit. But that's the top row. Top row is all metallics except for that first one, which is that cream consistency. I think that's the only cream in this palette though. And I'm sure the other one has a cream in it too. Bottom row we have Lookin' Sharp, which is this pale cream matte. Very pigmented. I grabbed too much of it, but you get the idea. Then we have Gravel. This one is like the same color as that cream shade, only in powder form. So it's like an orangey, a very pale orangey peach color. Also super pigmented. And then we have So Chiseled. That's a light brown. Not a very exciting color story, but this is a good, just like all-in-one neutral palette because you've got your mattes and your shimmers in here. Igneous. That's a darker brown. These are really, really nice mattes. And the last one is Steady. And that's a super dark brown. Almost like a, I was gonna say charcoal, but I mean it's not black enough to be charcoal. Come on. So that is the bottom row. So the Set in Stone palette, very neutral, very warm toned palette. That first cream shade kind of threw me off. I really need to just remember to have my phone right near me for when I do these videos, because like with the Celestial ones, I was super confused on some of the new, I didn't realize that they had introduced new formulas in those palettes, so that is Set in Stone, the warm neutral palette. Now we have Twist of Slate, which I'm pretty sure is a cool neutral palette. And yes, this one is way more my speed. Not that I don't like warm tones, but I'm much more, I love taupey colors and grays, and there's crap in this one. Like a different eyeshadow color pressed into that one. It's so annoying when you get a palette from them that's brand new and it's already messy. Let's get started on this. Yep, this is the first one is called In the Stars. This is also a cream. It's a very slick, like I'm kind of worried that this might dry out just because you can see how wet it is just on the tip of my finger there. This could definitely pass as like a primer shade. It's a very, very pale, creamy pink. I mean, definitely not a primer for darker skin tones, but for paleys like me, it kind of just wants to blend in. So I'm not sure what purpose this would serve if I tried to just use it as an eyeshadow, but the next one is Mica, and that is a metallic whitish champagne. It's a very light champagne. Camera does not want to focus tonight. So that is Mica. Sorry, you can barely see that cream shade. Fortunate One. Oh, that's pretty. That is like a cool toned silvery gold. That's a hard one to describe. Very metallic though. It's more like a champagne gold. Lots of champagne going on. It's not far off from that first color. A few shades darker. They have the same like reflective almost finish to them. Then we have Carbon. That one's not quite as soft as the others. But this one is, it's a silvery color, but it's got like a lavender flash to it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. It almost has a little bit of like a lavender iridescence. Put that one right next to it. Yeah, that one's pretty. you can only see the lavender in certain lights. Like I can see it right in front of me, but I'm not sure the camera is picking it up. And then the last color on the top is To the Quarry. And that one's a metallic, like golden brown. So that is the first row. Very pretty, except for that first cream color. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna actually use these cream colors in these palettes. Like I said, most likely I'll use them as a sticky base when I'm using the rest of the colors. Now for the matte row we have So Faded, F-A-T-E-D. That's a really nice matte pale taupey color. One of my favorite go-to colors to use in the crease. I love taupes. And then we have Take a Chance. That's like a pale grayish brown. That's another weird one. Almost like a sandstone type color. Is that the word I'm looking for? It's a very light brownish shade. Then we have Cool Down, which is this blue toned gray, blue based gray. These are usually hard ones to make, but this one seems nice and smooth. And then Night Vision. That is just a straight up gray. Match gray. Oh, that one, it's in kind of a crappy area here to be swatching. Not too bad. That's a good color to smoke out a smoky eye. And then the last color in the second row is Sleek Over. And this looks like a matte, really dark brown. Let's build that up a little bit. Should have left enough room to do the last ones here. But that is the bottom row. So both of these really nice palettes. But like I said, I tend to go for cool tone palettes more. So this one, the Twist of Slate one, will most likely get more use from me. But I'm not sure how I'm going to use the cream shades yet. They're not the consistency of like their Super Shock shadows. I know those are kind of creamy, but nowhere near as slick as these are. And I'm kind of worried that having these in a palette like this, it almost feels like a lipstick. Like if you had a lipstick palette and stuck your finger in there, that's what it feels like. So I do like this cream color better than the orangey one in the Set in Stone, just because I know if I go, there's already stuff stuck in it. See, that's why I hate cream products inside of, look at the mess. Cream products inside of powder palettes just give me anxiety because the powders want to get in the cream. But yeah, that is the one in the Set in Stone, and that is the one in the Twist of Slate. So you get like a warmer peachy orange and then a cool toned pinky cream. But like I said, if you're gonna use it as like a sticky base, you have to work a little quickly with them because, oh yeah, they'll definitely work as a nice sticky base. Look at how crazy, that just stuck to it really nicely. Let me try one over the other one. You gotta work quickly with them though because they seem to dry pretty fast. So I'll use this one, this first color, over this one. But they're definitely, if you were to like pack it on the lid and then use the other colors over them, they grab them like crazy. So maybe that's why they were included in here. I don't know, but at least I looked it up and I know that they're meant to be cream colors, cream eyeshadow colors. My only worry with them is that, like I said, hopefully they won't dry out. Because I have so many Colourpop palettes to use, I know I won't get to use these constantly, and If it dries out, I'll be kind of bummed, but Twist of Slate and Set in Stone. If you got either one of these or both, let me know which one's your favorite. I hope these swatches were helpful for you guys. I have the next one should be the Winnie the Pooh collection. I wasn't going to get the entire one and the entire collection, and then I ended up getting the entire collection. So it's on the way, or it will be on the way soon, because I just ordered it today. I don't know, the Disney collections everybody seems more excited for when I swatch the entire thing, so that'll be coming soon. And the roller skating palette, whatever that was called, that's on the way too. So there'll be more swatches of this stuff, of Colourpop stuff, and then I also have a few things from the Care Bears Wet n Wild collection coming, so I know I want to switch it up more and not just do Colourpop stuff, but Colourpop stuff is the stuff that gets requested the most, so probably did it to myself because I started swatching every single one. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you in my next video.